everyone, and welcome back to Chronos Plays Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Today we're going to Roland, and I guess gonna take an exam or something. Those are some tiny kids. That's saying something, seeing how the normal adult guys are tiny too. It looks like we made good time. I mean, it is like right around the corner from my house. Not too early, not too late either. We just barely graduated from Sunday school. I never dreamed we'd have to study so hard to become bracers. Well, you're in luck. Today's our last day of training. Truth be told, though, you're the one who signed up to be a bracer in the first place, so I don't know why you expect to get away with any less effort. Oh yeah, I guess I did. Alright then. Let's get to it and make it through the last hazing from Skara. You look ready to me. Let's go meet Skara at the Bracer Guild, over there. Over where? The one with the gun? No. At least it tells us, right? Melder's... What was that? No, go back. I want to see that. Melder's Orbal Factory. Alright. Roland Bracer Guild. We probably need to go there then, huh? Well, I want to check out the shops then. I want to see if there's anything in there. If we can actually buy anything. Do you guys sell the Liberal News? You're not going to sell me anything, huh? You're just going to talk to me about what I'm doing today? I'm going to assume that's correct, seeing how that's what you're saying right now. Estelle, yeah, she does seem very scatterbrained, doesn't she? Or lazy, I should say. Not really, well, she did forget we have a test today. She does seem pissed now, you're not wrong. She's going to give you a head injury. So, you know, you should probably run, Joshua, and call the cops. Can you? No, I didn't want to talk to you. I'm done talking to you. Shop. Goodbye. We got pile rod, kunai, leather vests, armor vests, leather shoes, spike shoes. ADF. That's probably their magic then. Oh, hey, prevents sleep, blind, and poison. Those are relatively cheap too. Convert. I don't know what that is. But yeah, we'll worry about that later. You think if there's something on the ground or hidden, there would be like an exclamation point? Maybe? I don't know, this game seems like it would be a game that has a lot of hidden stuff. As good a bracer as Skara too. Okay, so the person training us is... Oh, makes sense. She's training us to be a bracer, so she would be a bracer. I'm pretty sure Estelle did none of that, because we actually just woke up and then talked to Joshua while he was playing a harmonica, so she probably hasn't showered in days. Yeah. You should probably... You should bathe regularly. I know some people... Estelle! I mean, you should take care of yourself in general. Not even just saying like you should put like a lot of effort into your appearance to look good, but you know, bathing is important. It cuts down on diseases. Otherwise, people live this long nowadays because they bathe regularly. Like, people used to die when they were like 30 back in the day. I would be probably dead by now if I lived in the old days. Aina? Maybe. There you two are. Good morning, Estelle. Good morning, Joshua. Morning, Anna. Good morning. Is Skara here today? Yes, she's waiting up for you upstairs. Once you finish today's training, you'll finally be recognized as members of the Bracer Guild. Good luck to both of you. Thanks. We'll do our best. I don't know why Joshua now sounds like this. What are these? Can I interact with any of them? No. That's kind of sad. What kind of name is that? It's like Charizard or something like that? She's Charizard. Is this Charizard? Yes, this is Charizard. Charizard, you looking different these days. The star and the hangman. The hermit and the musician. Oh god, it's the fortune teller lady. And last of all, invasion from the wheel of fortune. This is a difficult combination. How should I interpret this? Good morning, Sierra. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, this is a rare occasion for the both of you to show up so early. Since this is my last day of training, I figured why not? And I'm ready to get this show on the road and become a bracer myself. I'll give you credit for your enthusiasm, but I'm going to work you hard today in every way I can think of to make sure that high spirit of yours holds up. I hope you're ready. I can feel the enthusiasm dropping already. Quiet, you. Every time I teach you something, you somehow manage to forget it. This training is my way of trying to keep some of that information in your head instead of letting it dribble out your ears like it usually does. Wow. I mean, judging by everyone's reaction to Estelle, they're not wrong. But that's rough. Wow, Joshua, Scarra's picking on me. Don't worry, Scarra. While Estelle may hate studying, really ever does her homework, acts rashly, is overly naive, and has a tendency to stick her nose into everything, her instincts are sharp, so I'm sure she'll pick up on how to use an orbment with some practice. Eventually. Probably. I guess there's not much I can do now except hope for the best. Hold on a sec, Joshua. Somehow I get the feeling that you weren't standing up for me. Well, that's odd. I'm positive I described all your best traits accurately. Whatever. By the way, Scarra, what were you trying to predict with your tarot cards? Your face was really intent. Kinda looked orange and like a dragon. I was just trying to get a vague reading on what might happen in the near future. Unfortunately, I don't seem to have been in the right mindset to interpret the cards correctly. You couldn't read the cards? Now that's surprising to hear. Actually, the more profound the meaning of the cards, the more difficult they become to interpret. But that's not important now. I think it's time we start your final training. Tutorial time? I'll give you a brief rundown of all the information we covered in your previous training. How convenient. This is the minimal level of knowledge that bracers should have in order to function efficiently. And Estelle, make sure you pay especially close attention to what I'm going to say. Yeah. So this is a straight up all tutorial stuff. Orbments are mechanical devices that operate by using what is known as orbal energy. A variety of effects can be produced depending on their structure and the type of cortez or process septum installed. Although it's only been about 50 years since their invention, these devices play an integral role in all facets of life, from lights, heaters, and other everyday products to weapons, magic, and even airships. So those were not clocks that I was seeing in the intro. In connection to this technology reform is commonly known as the Orbal Revolution, about the Orbal Redenbacher, and about bracers. Bracers are investigative and combat specialists who work to protect civilians and maintain the stability of their respective regions. They aid the community in various ways, such as exterminating monsters, preventing crimes, finding lost items, and escorting people and goods. Oh, my favorite type of quests! Escort quests! The Bracer Guild, which was established branches across the continent, manages the affair of the bracers in each region. And that apparently there wasn't more to that, even so I ended my sentence like that kind of awkwardly. About the Liberal Kingdom. The Kingdom of Liberal in which we live sits on the western half of the Zumeranian continent and abounds with nature and deep-rooted traditions. Okay, that didn't make sense to me, but alright. Liberal is proud to be one of the leading producers of septum on the continent and is known for its high level of technology used to develop orbments. Orbment technology has been a key pillar of support for Liberal in protecting its independence, as it has contended with neighboring nations. 10 years ago, when Liberal was invaded by the Erebonian Empire, it was the use of orbital-powered airships that saved the kingdom from defeat. Consequently, even now, our relationship with the Empire is somewhat sensitive, but thanks to the Queen's political finesse, Liberal enjoys peace. That's probably not going to last then. Let's see. Since we've got a mountain of stuff to do today, I'll let you off the hook this time with a condensed review. I'm going to speed things up now and move on to the practical portion of your training. How's today's practical training any different from the training we've done before? Since it's practical, it means you'll be experiencing things firsthand. Therefore, I'm going to have the both of you run through everything as if this was a real bracer job. So what you're saying is, there won't be any studying at a desk involved. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. This time you'll have to go out and make a physical effort to accomplish your task. I'll make sure to have you work up a sweat, so I hope you're ready. Yes! That's seriously just what the doctor ordered. I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day and... I didn't know what I was going to do if I had to sit another day with my tush parked at a desk. It threw me off when I saw a tush. I'm like, people still use that? Tush? I guess I got all worried for nothing. Well, suddenly you're all bright and cheerful, Estelle. Let's just hope that smile on your face lasts until the end of today's training. Okay, let's get cracking on your first objective, shall we? Let's have at it. Just teleport downstairs, alright. Your first objective will be to confirm the details of the job you'll be performing. But before that, there's something that we need to give both of you. Aina, are they ready? Yes, they are. Alright, you two. Go get one for each of yourselves. Hi. These are very important, so make sure not to lose them. Receive Bracer Notebook. Bracer Notebooks serve as the official way to record the status of your current jobs. Okay, so it's a quest log. Also, anything you may hear or anything that you may find and where, these kinds of trivial things can often become clues. No matter how insignificant something may seem, always write it down. So it's like a item compendium or a bestiary? Understood. Crap, that sounds like it's going to be a pain. Oh, please tell me if my ear is playing. Please tell me it was my ears playing tricks on me, because I swear I only got one response. Sure. I'm sure there was two. Keeping an accurate account of events is an important duty for all bracers. So, get with the program and stop trying to make this out to be more than it really is, Estelle. Okay, I got it. Make sure you do. Alright then, let's begin. Look over by the door. You can see that there are bulletin boards standing there. Yep, you're not wrong. First, I want you to go and check the job description posted there. When the bulletin board is approached, an exclamation mark will appear. Pressing the OK button will display the job list. By selecting the job names on the list, you can view their details. Training. Retrieval. Charizard, 500 mired, direct request. The training will involve searching the sewers beneath Roland and bringing back the contents of a chest. See Charizard for details. Details of jobs confirmed on the bulletin board and other important events will automatically, okay. As I was trying to confirm it by pressing the OK button, and it wasn't working. The Bracer Notebook can be easily found by clicking on the Books tab of the Items menu. It can also be accessed by configuring a Bracer Book shortcut button on the Configuration menu. Okay. Very good. It looks like you were able to see what was posted without any trouble. Congratulations! You can read! At least someone in this Let's Play can. Checking the bulletin board is one of the most basic functions a Bracer performs on their job. Checking regularly to see whether or not there are any urgent tasks which need immediate action is also an important duty for a Bracer. Man, all this talk about duty is starting to cramp my style. Sure, there are a lot of rules to follow, but there's an equal level of responsibility in the jobs themselves. I think being a Bracer calls for much more than just someone with a half-hearted attitude. I guess you're right. I'll just have to be more motivated. Is that so? Is anyone else seeing that? Is that so? It's supposed to be is, right? Is that so? Had to change your heart, have you? You betcha! Well, before all that motivation sneaks off somewhere, let's get to work on your next task. What will we be doing this time? We'll be heading across the street to Mr. Melder's Orbal factory and learning about how to use its services. He has graciously taken the time out of his work schedule to explain things, so make sure to be on your best behavior. Okay. I mean, she didn't sound too, sure about herself. Here's where you'll learn how to use the Orbal factory's services. At the Orbal factory, you can modify your orbments and synthesize support cortezes in order to use oral arts. Arts have a wide range of effects and, if mastered, can be extremely helpful. The Bracer business is a pretty risky occupation, so the guild has a long-standing relationship with these Orbal factories. Anyway, this is about as much as I can explain. I'll leave the technical details to the expert. So, Mr. Melders, if you wouldn't mind taking over from here. Is that your birth name? Melders? Or is that like just something you picked when you picked this job? No problem. Leave everything to me. So, what is it that you like to know about? Oh, thank God it's a tutorial, so I can just use my normal voice. God damn it, you're not using the tutorial screen. Orbments are mechanical devices which exhibit an array of effects through the installation of various types of cortezes. By definition, that means that lights, airships, and so on are also types of orbments. However, the ones that we will be discussing today are battle orbments, which enhance the user's physical abilities and make it possible to use magic. Since each orbment is adjusted to match the owner's personal attribute, the structures for these devices also differ from each other, or differ for each owner. Simply put, the shape of the fixed elemental slot and lines which connect them vary. At any rate, that's the layman's explanation. In order to install Cortez, you must first have an open slot. By default, the central slot is open, but the other slots must be opened at the Orbal factory like this. It will take a fair amount of steps too. EP, which is needed for magic, will also see a max increase according to the number of open slots. I recommend opening them all as soon as possible. Again, note the sub, open all the slots. So it is like the Orbal Arts. I'm just going to use my regular voice for this so I don't kill my throat. Simply put, Orbal Arts are magic which can be discharged exclusively through the use of battle orbments. In other words, a number of peculiar effects can be produced by using the Orbal energy stored within these mechanical devices. Since Orbal Arts can be a mouthful, they are almost universally referred to as arts. Probably ought to have been called that from the get-go. Yeah, you're right. There are several types of arts, but in order to be able to use them, their corresponding cortezes must first be synthesized at an Orbal factory. Orbments are also set up so that once a particular cortez is installed into a slot, the owner will be able to use those arts. The type of art one can use also change depending on the elemental value and the combination of installed cortez. Basically, if you want to use water arts, all you have to do is install cortez with a water elemental value. In reality, orbments are much more complex than what I have described, but I think this information should suffice for now, so try to figure that out later. Cortez. Cortez are circuits made from septith. Cortez have a vast number of effects and raise the owner's abilities while simultaneously making it possible to use arts. However, you will not be able to harness any of these effects until cortez have been installed in a slot. However, there are also fixed slots in which only certain types of elemental cortez can be installed. This being the case, you can synthesize a new cortez. Be sure to check your orbment and decide when you synthesize a new cortez, be sure to check your orbment and decide where you will be installing it ahead of time. Septith are fragments of septum which can be dropped by monsters. They are divided into 7 types: earth, water, fire, wind, time, space, mirage. Septiths can be exchanged for mirror almost anywhere, but at the Orbal factory it can be used to synthesize cortez and to open orbment slots in which to install the synthesized cortez. So unlock slots first before exchanging, well, I guess unlock and make cortezes before exchanging the stuff for money. Okay, that makes sense. It looks like Mr. Melders has answered all your questions. If there's nothing else, then let's have you both try and use the services here. For that, you're going to need some septith. Thank you. With that amount, you should be able to synthesize a few cortez. Now, I want you to begin by first making an elemental cortez that will work with each of your particular orbments. In your case, Estelle, any elemental cortez is okay, but for you, Joshua, it has to be a time elemental cortez. Normally at a shop, you would be able to exchange septiths for mirror, but for this training, you will not be able to use this service. Makes sense? Upon approaching the counter, a talk marked yes. I was like, why are you telling me how to talk? We've already done it multiple times. Select modified or trade to use the Orbal factory's services. Is it you or is it Melders? It's you. Modify. Cortez. So that's Earth. We need a time one for Joshua. Speed. All right. We get defense, max HP, strength. Ooh, minus defense, agility. Ooh, but what? Okay, so speed's percentage, right? So maybe that's evasion, and agility is actually like your turn order. Max HP 5% is pretty good. Defense 5% is pretty good. I'm not sure about this attack. Strength 5% is good, but the minus 5 defense seems kind of like not something I want to do. Wait, that doesn't make any sense though. Now that I look at the Cortez's names, agility seems to be evade, while speed seems to be action, or like turn order, I would assume. Interesting. Why don't you go with like the safe option and go HP? But I'm usually more offense than I am defensive, but that losing defense when I go offense is not something I like doing, unless it's like optional defense, like a shield or something. I don't know. Let's go. I'm gonna say screw it and just go attack or strength. Let's go attack. Yeah, attack. Can we do anything with slots? No. No, we cannot. How about you? No, so we need 30 of each. All right. Oh wait, were we supposed to? No, I didn't want to talk to you. I don't care about you. You generic NPC slot. You. This one's already open, so do I not equip them here? All right, looks like you were able to synthesize one. Next, I want you to increase the arts you can use. Now install Cortez into your orbments so that you can use both recovery and attack arts. Cortez can be installed in the Orbment screen. Again, that makes sense. I wasn't sure if we had to do it here. The Orbment screen can be utilized by selecting an Orbment tab in the main menu. Let's go here. There. You. Firebolt. Clock up soul belt blur. Well, that has to go to Joshua, seeing how I can only equip those. It says 10%. I mean, that. Guess that just stacks over time, huh? I'll just get better over time when he gets higher speed. Okay. Sure. Sounds good. Now install Cortez into your ornament. Yes, I did that. Look at, yeah. Did I miss something? Hello? Oh! What has recovery? Am I just supposed to make one of each? I mean, recovery would be water, right? That makes sense. Recovery, okay. Alright, looks like you got both recovery and attack arts set up. If you balance your arts... Did she say that before? Because I would have probably just been like, oh, let's make water. If you balance your arts out between each other like you've done here, it should make dealing with monsters much easier. Additionally, your bracelet notebooks contain information about which Cortez allow you to use which arts. If you'd like to use more powerful arts, check out the arts in Cortez chart in your bracelet notebook and find something that works for you. Alright, your training here is almost finished. Last of all, I'm going to have one of you open a new slot in your orbments. The more slots you have available to you, the broader range of choices you'll have. Since EP, which is consumed by using arts, can have its max value increased by opening slots, it would be a good idea to open them all early on. Now I want you to use the Septith and open a slot on each of your orbments. Go ahead and decide which slots you're going to open. Slot. Estelle. Let's go this way first, because it's a dead end, pretty much. We might as well finish that dead end first. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think that matters in the whole scheme of things, and we can't open any viewers. Alright, cool. Maybe I should have done his first, right? Because it's all Cortez's? Yeah, probably should have done his first, but oh well. I see you managed to open one of your Orbment slots, Estelle. Since your central slot is not limited to a particular elemental, you are free to install any type of Cortez you like. This concludes your training here at the Orbal Factory. Now it's time to move on to what you've both been waiting for, the qualification test. Pardon? Did you say test? You can't honestly tell me that you forgot about the test again, can you? Didn't I remind you just this morning? Ha 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 ha! Now that you mention it, I vaguely remember some sort of talk along those lines at the breakfast table. Sometimes I fear for the future of the Bracer Guild and humanity. Oh, well, no sense of worrying about that now. Let's head over to the testing area. You mean like now? I don't know if I'm ready for. How about a little less yapping and a little more walking? Oh, she's in trouble. Joshua, help me! Mr. Miller's Freddy, thank you for all your help. Who is Freddy? Don't mention it, and good luck with your test of yours. You're Freddy, alright. We'll be rooting for you. I'm gonna remember that you'd let me high and dry like this, Joshua. Alright, your training has finally come down to this. Your qualification test will begin here. I expect to see you both use what you've learned up to this point. Understood. Thoughts? What's wrong, Estelle? Skara? What now? I was kind of wondering, but is there not going to be a paper test or something? Did Cassius drop you on your head as a child or something? Probably. You just read what it said on the bulletin board not that long ago, right? Yeah, and I made you jot down that you read, and I even made you jot down what you read in your bracelet notebook, unless you forgot that too. I'm pretty sure the job listing mentioned searching for and retrieving an item from the sewers. Ringing any bells yet? Thoughts? What a relief! Sparkles. Divine Adidas? I give thanks to thee for thy infinite grace in bestowing upon such wonderful gifts as sewers. So what you're really saying is that you thought it was a paper test. No wonder you were acting all crazy back at the Orbal Factory. I can already feel the nostalgia. All those horrible days stuck in a classroom are starting to feel like grand memories indeed. I'm really starting to wonder if we'll even be able to graduate at all. What's wrong with you? Why do you have to go and say something like that when I'm trying to reminisce about positive things? Alright, that's enough dabbering, you two. This is supposed to be a test, so how about both of you try to at least look a little anxious? Just so you know, though, if you do happen to flunk this test, you don't even want to imagine the kind of homework I have in store for both of you. Hehe, we'll be fine. I hope so. Just tell us what you want us to do and let us loose. Well, if you're so confident, then how about proving that you're not just blowing hot air with the results of your test? Anyway, as you both saw at the bulletin board, this test will be a search conducted in the Roland sewers. Your objective is to retrieve the contents of a chest which has been placed somewhere within the area. The layout of the sewer is extremely simple, so you don't need to worry about getting lost, alright? However, there are real living, breathing monsters down there. I mean, we are in town, and we decided it would be fun to have monsters inside the sewer, inside the town walls. That doesn't make any sense. However, there are real, living, breathing monsters down there, so if you get careless and let down your guard, you will be sorry. Also, let me give you this before I forget. Tier Balm, Monster Guide. What's this book for? It's called the Monster Guide. It's used to record information about monsters and other opponents you meet. Whenever you figure out an enemy's attributes, you should make an immediate note of it in there. Sounds pretty straightforward to me. So that's the bestiary? I thought that was part of the Bracer book. He who controls the flow of information controls the tide of battle, right? That's exactly what I'm saying. You've really got a good head on your shoulders, Joshua. That's some pretty useful advice. Thanks for the tip, Skara. We'll put it to good use, probably. Alrighty then, let's get pumped and knock out this test. Let's. Don't forget though, this is an exam. You should make sure to treat it as such. Which is like, don't fail. But you know, I guess that'll be probably next time, seeing how we just spent the whole time in like tutorial land. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, press like below if you're not subscribed yet. When you get to my video section, check out some of my content and see if it's to your liking. Once again, thank you for watching. We all have a great day.